So as we can see, the atmosphere here is already building up. 10:30 is kickoff, and yeah, it should be a fun day here watching the Panthers do their sort of light training run and interact with the fans here. So one thing I forgot to mention, that it is in fact a free entry here today, so they do this thing, well, last year as well, so yeah.
Jimmy, we all saw the piece on Channel 9 the other day. You get very emotional about that, which is fantastic. Can you give people here today an insight of where you started with the club and how long you've actually been around doing the job?
Thanks, Oppo. Quite on the product, very emotional. But yeah, I started back in 1980. 3 years for the player for the Panthers, so I had the opportunity to play in the role. I was a great player, but I played a good success rate games, which I thought was pretty good. But later on, I got offered a job back in the 90s as a coaching and development officer, which I didn't know much about. Eventually, as the professionalism came in all the clubs, they started appointing full-time recruitment officers, and that was me.
So you've been around about 30 years, you've been around the recruitment industry, you've seen a number of players. I'm sure you've had some good ones, you've had some bad ones. What has changed in the recruitment process over that 30 years? Is there anything different nowadays than there was back then?
Yeah, there's a lot of scrutiny with their age in the league, which is very, very important to us. But it's nothing to find a player manager or someone from another club out there watching.
For the staff and everyone behind the scenes to do all those business behind it?
It's enormous. In a lot of ways, it's a reward for a lot of hard work from a lot of people. The great Jim Jones, who you spoke to earlier, we did a newspaper thing for Saturday's papers on the weekend, and it's people like Jim. We've got 50 employees over there in the football department, and everyone contributes to what we're doing. And as does all our fans and members here. It's fantastic to see everyone out. Nice sunny day, and they'll be having a great time here at Penrith.
And we've got a really good crowd, which is outstanding. Now, you're CEO of the league. You've got a different perspective of what grand final looks like. What does grand final look like for that?
Frantic. But in saying that, we're lucky, as I said, we've got a great start. This week has been quite calm. I've been on all of those meetings, without sounding cocky or arrogant. The fact that we've done it a couple of times over the last couple of years, I feel like we know what it takes to get there, and we've had a really good week so far. Obviously, the boys, this is their first training session back today, and we're really looking forward to next Sunday.
Awesome. Now, the future. We're always looking into the future for what's next. Okay. There's rumours around the new stadium. New bits and pieces being built. 25, 26. Can you give us an insight into what that's like?
Yeah, sure. So Brian Fletcher, Group CEO at the moment, is in deep conversation with the government, Infrastructure New South Wales, and Venues New South Wales. So what we're aiming for, obviously, it shifted from a complete knockdown rebuild to more of a refurbishment. So we're just working at the moment on a concept where the hill will remain. So we think that's really important what we're doing here at Penrith. This stadium here will have some refurbishments done to it. And what we're looking to do is a new southern stand here, and a new western stand here. But one of the stipulations that we've spoken to the architect about, which I know our members are really keen to hear, is whatever they do on this western stand in particular, we want some sort of guarantee that current members that have been in those seats for however long, those seats will be, those members will have an opportunity to go back into that seat roughly in the same sort of way. I know some of the stadiums that they've built recently, had season ticket holders on one side and the new configuration put them up and put them on the other side of the ground. We've spoken to the architects and all the things that we're really striving for.
Well, I can only guarantee you fans that
It's really good, like this team now. They have like so many people and like Powerade and the camera.
Oh, this has got the headgear on, G, on your left. Oh, peachy. Alright, they're going for it. Nice.
Randy? Oh, mate, great to be here. Driving in, I thought, have we got a game on here today? Because the crowd is so big, it's great to see.
awesome, Brady. Lovely to see you here. You're always coming in around training, obviously part of the member of the board. I've asked similarly the same question, so I'm going to ask you the same thing now. 1991, Penrith had one premiership, we got beaten in 1990. What are your memories of 1991 and the week leading up?
The week leading up was it was a stressful time because we lost the pre-season challenge. If you remember back in those days, you used to play a month of footy.
2003 winning the grand final, when they won the grand final. You were on the sideline, you were sitting in behind John Lang, and you jumped the fence and went over and gave him a big bubble. Again, take us through 2003, what you were doing, what your thoughts were at that point. A team full of young kids again, and they got the job done in the day.
Yeah, because 2002, the season before the premiership winning year, was not a good year. We finished down the bottom of the ladder. And the side was just about the same, but we did sign Preston Campbell to come into that 2003 side, and then we had the emergence of Luke Lewis and Luke Rooney. Reece Wesser that year was unbelievable. I'm pretty sure Reece finished as the top try scorer in the NRL. But I think I got more joy out of about 2003 than I did out of 91. And I remember being down on the sideline. I was up in the box. It was the first year that I'd become a director. And I snuck down into the tunnel and somehow got onto the field, and I was with the players 5 minutes before full-time siren ring. I remember Ryan Gerd was sitting on the bench. Gerd had come off at that stage, and I remember just looking at him and saying, we've won it. And the excitement around that 2003 was just incredible. And Craig Gower did a great job that year as skipper and halfback. Luke Prittis was the Clive Churchill medal winner. We had so many great performers. Martin Lang played the best front row game I've ever seen from someone. And to win our second premiership in the manner we did against the red-hot favourites, the Roosters, was something, I'll never forget that. That was, if someone had said, well, what's your most exciting rugby league moments? Well, of course, winning a comp is when you're playing, but boy, right on the heel of that is the 03 to 2021, 2022. So we've had a good ride with the current team.
We certainly have. Speaking about the current team, 4 grand finals, 4 years, and those that don't know, we're only the 5th team in the history of the game since 1954 in compulsory grand finals to actually play in 4 grand finals in a row. How do you rate the current crop? And what's the future look like for us here over the next 5, 6 years?
I think the current team is the best team I've ever seen. And you only have to go back to the game last week against the Melbourne Storm where we just completely dismantled Melbourne. They just weren't in the ball game. After Brian Toto scored in the 4th minute, in hindsight, the game was over. I know that it wasn't as the 80 minutes played out, but this team is a special group of players. Thought those losses of those two was going to be too much to overcome, and this was always going to be a different type of challenge for the Penrith side. And what Ivan's been able to do with the club over the last 4 years is remarkable, really. Because I don't remember teams that won back-to-back losing players like we have. Some of those teams that have had success over the last 10 years were actually adding players to their full-strength lineup, whereas we've just lost them. Salary cap has affected us. It's been a terrific ride, and they really are young players that I've seen, and they are young, and that's what's good about this group. Lee, it's a young team, and they've got a lot of good football in front of them.
They certainly have. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please have a round of applause and thank the legend, Greg Alexander.
The thing is, these boys train in the heat of Penrith too, man. Remember, I think on the weekend it was really hot. I didn't even go outside. I stayed. Then I look at my Instagram. These guys are outside training. I'm like, luckiness, man.
Yeah, they have the heat training, but they don't have the wet training.
Okay. Yeah, so.
Mr. Grandstand to take part in the team photo. So if you are stay on the hill.
At the stage where they're going to take a photo with all the fans seated in the western stand over here, so that should be interesting. I'd like to see how that looks on the Instagrams after this session. Ah, there you go.
Changes to the preparation. First of all, I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone that came out today. The boys really appreciate it, and thanks for the energy.
Now, BG is the coach of Samoa. Okay, you're taking half the Penrith team with you, I imagine, to Samoa. Are you looking forward to the test matches at the end of the year?
Yeah, pretty exciting times for the Tri-Nations, but don't want to look too far ahead, especially this week. It's a special week for the club and for the boys to create history. So, yeah, fully focused on that.
Now, I'm only going to say this one. I'm only going to say it. The last game in the Penrith jersey. Okay, 2024. Going to be in a different jersey, but how you going to prep with the family? All those bits and pieces that go with it. What are your favourite memories of playing here at Penrith?
Favourite memory of playing here at Penrith is definitely the home games and our away games too. You guys, the fans especially, come out every home game and every away game too to cheer the boys on. So it's really much appreciated.
Could I have one last message for the fans? What do you need from them on Sunday?
Yeah, hopefully see you guys all out there to cheer the boys on one last time, and thanks everyone for the love. Appreciate you guys all and love you all. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, see the Grattan!
You don't have your Panthers jersey on.
I've got one last thing for you, Ivan. I'm going to fast forward to Sunday. It's 5 minutes before kick-off. It's just you and the team. What's the final message?
It's a good question. I haven't worked it out yet. It'll be mostly around the first two sets of the game. So whether we're receiving the ball or kicking off, we put a lot of effort into the start of the game, and then we let our training take over. So it'll be something around that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ivan Cleary!
Boring, so I'll just stick to the same routine as normal. But look, obviously enjoying this. Good to see all the fans out here today. It's been outstanding all year. I feel like every home game we've packed it out, and then obviously today it's no surprise we've got so many here. But
Sophie's got it. Yay! Now. Go, Sophie! We love you!
Angus, stay. A historic moment. You've got the Panthers going to be in 4 back-to-back grand finals. Incredible, and I got a few selfies in there too, which you guys would have seen in the pics as well. And yeah, even got the jersey signed by Ivan Cleary himself as well. I'm just like, what? That actually happened? Thanks to the missus, obviously. I would have never thought of that. I always just get selfies, but there you go. Got a signed jersey in the process too. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, au revoir.